Choose you this day whom you will serve. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord.
It's the Budgie Buddies, Joshua J and K, with another episode of Off-Grid Hybrid Solar Solutions, which is the mobile mower trailer troubles that includes bad bearings and trash tires, the July 2024 update, HVAC, and PV panel plans. I hope you enjoy.
All right, whoa, that was a yellow jacket. We've been having a bit of a problem with them around here lately. Anyways, well, I got my lawnmower hooked up to the trailer. I was ready to put a deck on it. When I bought this trailer, I was told that the bearings were brand new and all I had to do was put some tires on it and it'd be ready, roadworthy. Well, I come over here and it's missing the inside seal on this side. The inside bearing, I'll show you here in a moment, was too big. It was actually sitting here wobbling around and I can't even reuse the bearing because it's too big. Inside bearing was fine. This thing here, all, full of rust and problems. Same with the bearings, they're grinding and everything else. And after wasting, $5 can of cleaner, I realized the bearings and the races are no good, not worth fixing. But I got them all cleaned out and I got another set on the way. But it's a week away and I need the trailer today. So anyway, this one here, however, actually does feel proper. That's actually the way they're supposed to feel and work. I'm still going to do the bearings and races in that. When I do that side, got my new tires in. They were a couple of days late too. Got the old ones off and went to Tractor Supply on the way home from Saturday Soup Kitchen volunteering at the church and found out that they didn't have the valve stems in stock. They're out of them. So we will say hey to J and K. Good morning. So anyway, what I went ahead and did was they used some caulking in this tire here to get the old dry rotted beads to try to seat, I reckon. So I spent a good while sanding these things out. Had a little rust on them. Found out I don't really think these are stainless steel wheels like I thought they were. But or at least this one is anyway. But you see I sanded it all down. Got me my red spray paint out, some clear coat. I was actually going to paint these things up nice and red. After cleaning them up, washing them off, I was going to take this tire back off to do it. It's just a valve stem. I mean, literally, I put my pump on here to try to, and I almost had this with my foot pump. Had this thing going, but it started leaking so bad around the valve stem, not around here, but actually around the valve stem to rubber. It was so dry rotted, and when I went to pull the pump off the valve stem, it just pulled the shaft right out. So I said, at this point, I'll take the tire back off, repaint it. Well, I'm glad I didn't do that because I went and took the other wheel off this morning to go ahead and take tire off, go ahead and start stripping it down and sanding it. And if you notice, this looks like it's a different material. I swear these aren't the same wheels. This actually does look kind of like stainless steel, but either way, I noticed a huge problem with this one. Look at that. That is pretty, it'll stay in focus. That is pretty gnarly. So there, now I got a better look at it too this way. Anyway, so it looks like it's fine around here. This is a hard bolt pattern to find. This is another thing I'll share with you. This is 4 1/4 on 5, I should say. But you go and, no, I was right, 4 1/4 on 5. Anyway, all the wheels, 5 bolt wheels, 4 1/2 on 5. So if I replace this wheel, I'd have to replace the hub, and at that point, I might as well do the other wheel over, even though it's actually in good shape. I guess I could keep it for a spare, but not if I don't have matching. Anyway, I can't find 4 1/4 hubs, and I'm having a hard time finding 4 1/4 on 5 wheels. 4 bolt wheels are seemingly cheaper I actually could have spent $21 more than the tires and got them with new wheels. There'd be steel wheels that are painted instead of what I thought was two stainless steel, is that right? Whatever, anyway, you know what I'm saying, the marine wheels. But it looks like that one's not a marine wheel and this one's failing as a marine wheel, so I might have been better off buying new hubs with the bearings and new wheels with the tires instead of trying to save money and just buying the bearings and tires. But I didn't realize that. So anyway, like I said, I really should have got that trailer for free. I'm kind of bummed out that I actually paid for that trailer now, because so far nothing is working out except that one wheel being salvageable. And even the ball hitch, it's 1 7/8. I'm gonna end up when I get finished with this, I'm going to change the ball hitch on that for right now, just because, you know, one step at a time. I'm trying to get to the eye doctor and get some glasses, because it's been a few years and my glasses and contacts are wearing out. So I'm going to go ahead and just change that 2-incher with that one for now. And maybe I'll just leave it that way until I got to move my storage camper, if I even move it, you know, with that 35-footer over there. Maybe I'll just take that along with me, because that one back there has got them trailer hitch problems. We'll see. Then again, that tree might fall down on my bedroom, and if I'm not in it when it happens, or I survive, I might be moving into that camper. Anyways, so yeah, I'm gonna do that. To do the decking, my neighbor, who I help out, we got a good mutual thing going. He's got some lumber, some planks and stuff, and I think what I'm gonna do is come along here with some 2x4s on their sides, come down here and just bolt through here, tighten up and screw into the wood. Anyway, I'm running me 2 this way, maybe 2 more down the center, tee it off, maybe a couple of braces in the middle, and then just planks. And you know, I was gonna go 4x8, but if you know if there's enough wood and it's easy enough, I'm going, might as well go 5x10. And then I might take that cooler there and bolt it. It's got, you know, the bolts under the bottom and a lock on the front. I might bolt it to this and lock it and actually use it for like legitimate storage for right now, working around a yard. You know, I don't have to go into the trailer and go through all the stacks of stuff and unlock the door. I just come right over here, open the trunk, work out of it, close it. Plus, once this thing gets a deck, and the toolbox would be nice, I can take this and just drive it up over to that camper and use it as a big portable workbench. So there's, you know, lots of different things I can do with this, and I can do that at the job site. I'll have the ramps made up, drive the lawnmower up on here, and hitch it up to whatever vehicle has a trailer hitch and is willing to drive me, get to the job site, roll the lawnmower off, unhook the trailer, hook it to the lawnmower, and then drive around with the lawnmower with a portable workbench and tools on it. Something like that. Or if it's, you know, down the road and within range, you know, not across the bridge and more than a mile away or so, and just drive the whole rig on the side of the road. Whatever, they don't really give you no trouble for that most of the time around here. I'll need to get a light kit for it. That's not too expensive, and I'm going to probably just go LED. And I could probably save this wiring harness. Yeah, maybe not. Nah, I'd have to get a new harness too. But and I know this isn't really the way to do it, but I got the registration on my RV back up to date this month. I was a couple months late, just tight budget. So the sticker will be coming in the mail this week. I'll put it on the tag, and when I pull this trailer around behind somebody else's vehicle, I just put that tag with the, you know, the fresh dated sticker on it, and it'll be real hard for them to just pull behind me, run the tag, and figure it out in enough time to pull me over that it's not that and this, because I read the registration and it's not very specific at all on what the registered trailer is. So, oh yeah, I didn't get a lot of views on it, but my last video, I had the leaf blower and weed eater going to town, and I've been out here again about 3 out of 7 days this week, you know, for 2 or 3 sets of batteries, continuing to work my way up the hill, trying to get to where, you know, everything going downhill is back, if it makes any sense anyway. But as you can see, look how far I've gotten. I've gotten quite far with it all. Way on down the hill. I've done a lot of work getting up under here, trying to get it to where I can, you know, I'm gonna end up having to just clean all this stuff out and leave nothing under here, and just once every week or two after it rains hard, come in here and just push everything out as routine. You know, half this stuff is mine, half this stuff was kind of laying here when I got here, you know, so I'll be coming out and sorting through it now that I've got a few more places now to store it. But you can just see it just builds up. Even the sand, I mean, 3 or 4 months ago this was clean, this was all clean. Now look at it, just, yeah, it's ridiculous. So best I can do again is just push it on down the hill and just try to keep it away from where I'm working. I guess. But you know, I'll be honest with you again, you know, when I get out here again with the blower, I'll probably start up in this corner, continue pushing it this way and this way and this way, and keep on going down. And I did, for what it's worth, got all the way up along in there as well. It's all nice and cleaned out. And yeah, just keep on keeping on. But anyway, oh, what I was trying to say was I found some old footage from closer to when I first came here, and I'm telling you what, that forest looking stuff right here, right there, all the way out to right about here when I moved in, I'm not kidding. And same here, this was all just vines and stuff growing up into these trees. This here was just all grown up with bushes, shrubbery. You can kind of still see some of the Yopon trying to make its way back up. But I mean, this was just, you know what I'm saying, this was full of junk and garbage and stuff. And, you know, I got it back to just that big heavy axle that I can't really move myself. And I'm kind of considering, you know, that big boat topper, that's kind of his, you know, my landlord's stuff anyway. So it just kind of, that's as far as I'm going to go for now. But you see what I'm saying? I'm basically making myself a yard out of it, even though most of it's almost straight sideways. Oh, and you know, we're doing got some videos on the lawnmower coming up. Anyway, I got the string replaced on it a couple of times and it kept breaking. I finally got down to the hardware store and bought some brand new string. I just haven't taken it all apart for the 3rd time to put string on it. Man, I tell you what, you put a little intake cleaner in it with the new carburetor on it, and it fires right up and runs. But without that intake cleaner, it just will not start. I have a feeling it's just that new pressure plunger I put on there isn't seating all the way, so that when you pull out like this or push in like this, instead of forcing the fuel out, it's just letting the pressure out the seal. That's my best guess. Or it's a bad carburetor. But it was $11 for that, and the air filter and a spark plug. So, you know, it is what it is. But it does run and work right now if I, you know, got desperate to put some carb cleaner in it. But anyway, stay tuned, you know, for the video coming up on that, because that'll be kind of neat to see all the adventures I've been through, including a mysterious little visitor that was a lot more dangerous than it first appeared. So I'm not going to paint these wheels at this point. I'm going to look for hopefully one wheel to get by, or like I said, 2 wheels, and keep that one for a spare. But you know, but like I said, look what I had to work with. I mean, I can't believe they were trying to keep these things on working for as long as they did. And the tires are cheap. $50 to have them things shipped here. Not bad. Speaking of tires, these are gonna get done next, and I'll be getting a couple extra wheels too. I keep losing these clips. I actually have a feeling these clips here wear out, you know, lose their tension and just pop up over time. So again, same thing. Tractor Supply is supposed to have those in stock. Couldn't find them yesterday. Anyway, it's been over a year since I've greased these wheels, and I've used this lawnmower a lot. And you know, my best friend's got a grease gun, and I keep asking, hey, where's the grease gun? Oh, find it. You know, so I didn't want to waste my money on a grease gun to do 2 wheels and 2 joints, plus the lawnmower, you know, trailer wheels, you know, once every 6 months. So I've been waiting on him to find it. He never finds it. So I finally went to Walmart to go buy one. They didn't have it, and I'm not kidding when I say that right at either the day before or day after I bought the grease gun, I found a grease gun at Walmart finally back in stock and picked it up for 20 bucks. As I'm riding home from up the road there by the highway, God bless America, that's annoying. That's annoying too. I didn't put that there. Ugh. No wonder we got so many mosquitoes. Anyway, as I'm riding home, somehow either right before I started down the road or whatever, apparently this thing here must have started, you know, from friction or whatever, and it popped off and the wash fell off, and about halfway down the road the wheel started sliding off, and I was like, oh no. I picked it up, slid the wheel back on, but because I have a problem with my toe, the toe out's too much, so the wheels are always pulling away from each other. I tried taking this drag link off to fix it, but it's been about 6 months since I put it on, and it's froze up without, you know, some major forces that I wasn't ready to put on it at the moment. You know, it's not adjustable at the moment. Anyway, but because of that, this tire I couldn't even make it to the side of the road with the wheel not wanting to fall right off the lawnmower, you know. So fortunately, I had my pocket knife on me, so I was totally not expecting it. So I was able to take the clip off that back wheel, pound this wheel back together, because the bearings and the whole back piece of this wheel is falling off and everything, and I was able to get it put back together and get that clip on it enough. Then when I got back, I was almost able to take that clip off by hand. I had to take a pair of pliers and squeeze it back together. So I'm going to assume that these things here they ought to be changed every 5 or 10 years. But anyway, yeah, so I got new front tires, I get some new back tires, probably a couple of extra wheels and tires, one front, one back for this, you know, to toss on the trailer. So if I'm over the bridge and something pokes a tire, I can just slide the wheel off, slide a new one on, and keep going and worry about repair later. That'll be, again, another nice thing to have with the toolbox there, is I'll be able to put stuff like that in there. Or maybe just a good set of tubes, you know. I poke a tire on the side and I can't just plug it and pump it up. You know, I pop the outer bead off, shove a tube in there and go. In fact, if I get it in time, I got the tubes right there. I don't even have to buy some tubes for the rear. Anyway, I think that will do it for today. I know it's been a while since I've done a video. And, oh, well, let's finish with this. I've been out in this camper a couple of times after it's raining, and I think the roof is in a lot better shape than I thought, because I couldn't find any real damp wet spots or running down the wall anywhere. So I'm not all afraid and super in a hurry to have to patch up the roof and everything, but it's been hot out, as I'm sure you know. I've got my solar panels going, and I haven't been able to afford any solar panels since the last upgrade you saw on, you know, whichever videos. Oh wow, look at those! Yikes! Let's solve that. Anyway, so I haven't been able to do any buy any panels, and I've been really wanting to get some, because I got again, if you follow me, you'll probably understand that I can run my air conditioner a couple days a week for a couple of hours at a time, maybe even a few hours at a time, and okay, especially since it's just not super sunny all day every day out here in Florida. There's a lot of clouds on and off. Even with all my panels, because I've got 5 kilowatts worth of batteries now, you know, and I'm using up a good about 3 kilowatts overnight on average, you know, a little over half of it on average before it starts to get on a positive charge, you know, overall positive state of charge. And see, 11 watts is like 7 o'clock in the morning, I think. But anyways, anyway, it takes about noon to 1 o'clock for, you know, with you know, light to moderate use, you know, maybe the TV on, maybe the home theater on. The big fans usually by then are, you know, drawing, you know, 150 watts or so. You know, maybe that one there's probably, you know, right now it's probably drawing about 10 or 15. Now it's probably drawing about 30. You know, now it's drawing closer to 80 to 90 like it's rated at. So you know what I'm saying? So as the time goes by, the draw gets more, even though the solar's going. Anyway, what guys? All right, buddies. I'm inside here. Let's come on out and say hi. Anyway, but yeah, so it's taking about noon to 1 o'clock on average day, and sometimes it doesn't even recover overnight. Once in a while, if it's really, really cloudy and stormy most of the day. But anyway, on an average day, like I said, about noon to 1 o'clock is when it tops off. And then I can, then if it's still putting, you know, pumping out 600 to 800 watts positive, it's all kind of going to waste at that point, and I can turn on the air conditioners. However, at that point, you know, turning on the air conditioners, it'll take so long to bring the temperature back down because it's already gotten so hot waiting that long that there's no way to get another net positive on the charging, because what happens is as soon as the clouds come over, I'm on a negative, and if they go over too much, I can be as low as negative 800 watts running that air conditioner for, you know, a few minutes at a time until the sun starts coming back up. And of course, since I'm almost right breaking even, maybe just a few watts more than breaking even with the air conditioner running right now, in a perfect situation, anything else on breaks that positive. But when the air conditioner or refrigerator comes on, you know, boom, I'm already on a, you know, 100 watt an hour negative, more than whatever I can put out with all the panels and everything. So that air conditioner is perfect, and I've almost got everything else perfect. But so anyway, what I'm getting at though is once this thing gets to a good temperature and starts cycling, it gets back on a net positive, but it usually doesn't really work out well. But by about 4 or 5 o'clock, you know, it'll get to a point where it's pulling way too much power versus what I'm getting in on a good day to keep it running. But it's still nice by that point. It makes the evening a lot better. But anyway, so I look at the this, and you know, I'm usually 85 on an average if I'm running the air conditioner like that on a day like that. And that's plenty, because you know, I think on days like that when I'm at 85, before it's you know, starts discharging for the night, 35 is the average low, 30 is the lowest low so far, I believe. Maybe 25 on 2 rainy days in a row where I didn't start generator to charge. And that's another thing I can do. I can start generator and, you know, pump 400 or 500 watts an hour into those batteries while I'm powering everything else up to, and you know, the solar panels are still charging even most of the time, even in the rain. So it's all working out. But what I'm getting at is, I think those panels I got up on that shed right there are $50 a piece. They're rated at 100 watts, and I seem to be getting at least 85 watts out of them, 75 to 85 watts out of them. So that's the best watt per dollar that I know of for sure. I've heard some bifacial panels do better, but anyway, I've got 14 of them right now. 12 of them up there, 2 sets of 6 for 120 volts at 10 amp. And I got the other 2 extra panels because I thought that could do 140 volt, and it can't. They're sitting up on there with my 3rd Renogy panel hooked up to that. My 5 cheap Chinese panels that are on the RV. Where is it? on the top of the RV are hooked up to that smaller charge controller, and the 12 big panels are hooked up to this big charge controller. So anyway, I think I'm around 2,000 to 2,200 watts rated. You know, of course, that's max, perfect, everything. Anyway, but at $50 a panel, 500 or 10 more panels will be a good number. It'll put me at 24 panels. $500 plus some tax. 24 panels, that's perfect. That's 4 sets of 6. That'll almost max out that big charge controller at the 24 volt setup I've got now. And that should be the 800 watts I need to run the air conditioner on in a perfect situation. But more importantly, it ought to charge my batteries up closer to 10 o'clock. And when I turn the air conditioner on by noon, it should be on a net positive, except on the cloudiest days, which I wouldn't run the air conditioner on anyway. Those are my theories. And it should also sustain a little bit higher wattage a little later in the evening too, giving me a little more overnight, or allowing me to run the air conditioner a little later. At that point, I'll be going, in the winter, I'll be going back to the Stone Age with my Mr. Buddy over there in the corner, and my moved furnace over there. I'm probably going to run me a couple of, you know, soft tube lines. One down over here, coming out over here for the bathroom, and the other one popping out over here for the bedroom for now, until I start doing the floor work and making it a little more integral. You know, I put a vent just popping straight out, and maybe, I don't know if I'll run a tube vent over to there and pop it out somewhere over there, or if I'll just have it shoot out in that direction. We'll see. But anyway, with these 5 kilowatts of batteries and all these solar panels, I ought to be able to rely on that a lot more than just having the front area warmed up with a small fan pushing a little tiny bit of hopeful heat back there. But that's only 76% efficient, whereas those are, you know, up in the way upper 90s for these ceramic types. So what I may do is, they've got another brand, I want to say Flame King or something, that's just almost just like that, but it's got a thermostat on it instead. The downside is the thermostat doesn't have a low. It just, you turn the thermostat down and it turns high on and off a little, you know, sooner to make a lower temperature, and it keeps the high on more, whereas that one actually has 3 positions. Well, anyway, what I might do though is put the one with the thermostat in here to let it actually do its thermostat thing, and I might set that thing at first, use portable tanks, but who knows, maybe I'll, you know, run another hard line back here, but maybe I'll make me a little place to, you know, hang it up somewhere, and that way, just you know, as a backup heater, if I don't want to, if I'm running tight on propane or whatever, I can just go click it on, turn it on low in here, and, you know, have a little heat, extra heat in there. Since I got that heater anyway, and I really want that one with the thermostat on it, even though I've heard it's a rudimentary thermostat, I still rather at this point have the thermostat than none. Although the low settings on that are nice. I thought about actually taking the line that goes to the low burner on that and clipping it and putting a little solenoid and running it to a thermostat, like I saw somebody do with the high setting, I believe, on the smaller version, the little buddy or whatever it is. Anyway, so you see what I'm saying? There is a way to actually make a real thermostat on that with the low and medium settings. It just be, I just looked in there, though it'd be a little technical and tight. Well, that's still several months away. As you can see, it's still August, the half beginning of it. Anyway, by the way, there's my 3 chargers, my 3 big 4 amp hour batteries. I got my other 3 batteries down there. I got my new oscillating tool, which I don't even have any adapters to use on it yet. And life is a bunch of bananas. J&K, we're gonna go ahead and call it quits since it's been about a half hour. Well, I've got nothing else to say. Have a nice day. Time to stop.
I hope you enjoyed that video at least as much as I enjoyed life to make it so far. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you care to. And stay tuned, there's more to come. I know the videos are coming a little slow, but I'm trying to make better videos in compensation for that. Plus, it's just plain hot. When the weather cools down, maybe it'll be a little quicker. See you next time.